so excited. I have someone that I admire so much at this table right now. I'm going to let you introduce yourself because I would go on and on. You guys know that. So go ahead, introduce yourself.
Well, thank you so much for that intro. I admire you as well, and thank you so much for having me here. I'm super excited to be here. But I'm Jazz, aka SimplyJazz. I'm a media personality, experiential marketer, account manager. I do a lot of things, but mostly media personality and host. So.
Yes, a woman that wears many hats.
Yes.
So
yes.
which is your favorite hat to wear the most?
Oh, God.
That you do.
Radio host.
Radio host, yes.
Radio host.
Okay, and give your radio show a shout out.
Yeah.
When I seen that you do the post, I was like, oh my gosh, Jess is really like a radio personality. Yeah. This is so freaking cool.
Yeah, so shout out to the Pulse Countdown every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Spark FM. But I started doing radio in college.
Really?
I went to Northeastern.
Okay, shout out Northeastern.
Shout out to Northeastern. I was on WRBB 104.9 FM.
Yes.
Okay. So that's where I got my start. And then that transitioned into doing CTTC radio, which was Contribute to the Culture Radio with Shimmy and Mad Meeks. And I feel like that's kind of really where I got my footing, to be honest, because that embedded me in the community in Boston. That's how I got to meet people like DJ LC.
Yes, I was just going to say, are you from Boston?
So I'm from Boston. I was born here, but I was raised in Minnesota.
What?
Yes.
Minnesota, girl.
Yes, cold like Minnesota.
Really?
Very cold. Yes.
So how was it? Is there a lot of black people in Minnesota?
Okay, yes. We're here to debunk.
Can you tell?
We're here to
yes,
debunk.
Please.
There is a lot of black people in Minnesota.
Shout out all the black people in Minnesota.
Shout out to all my people in Minnesota.
I whenever I hear Minnesota, I automatically think,
it is middle America. So it is that. But there are a lot of black people in Boston. I'm going to say it's more diverse as I feel like here we have more Caribbean diversity, but in Boston it is a lot of in Minnesota it's a lot of African Americans by way of the South. Yeah. Then you have your Central Americans, and you have your Vietnamese and Hmong people and your Laotian people. So it's a different diverse pool. But growing up there it was interesting. It was interesting, but it has a vibrant arts culture and a vibrant culture. So I liked it, but I was ready to get out for college.
Yeah, I was just going to say, so then you were like, okay, I'm coming back home.
Well, Northeastern gave me the most money too.
Yes, I know, that's right.
They gave me the most funds, so that's where we went. But that's ultimately how I ended up back in Boston, was coming here for college. So
wow, that's freaking cool.
Yeah.
That's freaking cool. So, okay, so the radio show, how is it? So can you explain how hard it is working on a radio show? How's the commitment?
The commitment, it's full time. It's not just those 2 hours that we're on air, right?
Exactly.
So you have to brand it, you have to promote it, you have to market it, right? We have to get people on the show and reach out to artists, right? Because one of the main things I've always tried to do, like in my radio shows and in whatever I do, is to keep it hometown based, right? Always make sure we're giving our hometown heroes, or our Boston classics, as I like to call them, like a chance to talk about who they are and spread who they are too. So that's always been important. But it's like another job. It's another job. It's like my baby. So we love it, we take care of it, we nourish it, but it's definitely another job outside of having a job.
I was just gonna say, so do you have a regular 9 to 5? I love to promote. I always feel like people don't understand that you can be a creative and you can actually have another career too.
Yes, I mean you have to. I feel
That's
like
that's
part of the grind.
You gotta invest in yourself, right? So what do you do outside of the radio show?
So my full time is I'm an account manager.
Beauty and Brains.
Okay, yes, we love that.
Beauty
so I'm
and
an account
Brains.
manager at Code Word Agency. Shout out to Code Word. So we're a communication design agency, and we work with a lot of tech-based clients. So I like to put it as like I'm a glorified project manager, right? Because I don't work on the client project by project. I'm working with them all around for their goals for the year, their budgets for the year. What are you trying to do? So I'm with the client from the start of their fiscal year all the way to the end. And I'm also helping with those projects as well. So it's definitely a job that allows me to work on those skills that I apply with my media stuff as well. So that's why I love working in marketing.
So when any of your friends that do music, right? Yeah. And they're like, oh my gosh, you have a radio show. Can you spin my song? And their song is probably terrible and trash. Sorry, you don't got to be honest. Got to be real. How do you politely tell them, nah, I'm not doing that? Like, I don't care if you're my cousin, brother, anything. I'm not doing it. How do you?
Honestly, I have yet to be put in that position. So good. I'll say that. That's a really great thing. Good. I've yet to be put in that position. But if someone sends me music and is like, I was just going to say, let me know what you think. Yeah.
Okay, so tell the people, let's, the show's all about connecting all of us. So if anybody wanted to send you their music to play on the radio.
On the show,
is that still a popular thing? Because, back in the 90s and 80s, that's what they did. That's what. And I don't think these rappers know that you're supposed to actually connect with these rappers, singers, everybody, that you're actually supposed to connect with your radio till this day.
Yeah, you still need to. Like, I think because people don't necessarily listen to radio as maybe their first go-to, right? Because we stream now, we have access to so many different things. But radio is still there, and it's still very important. So whenever people send me music, I'll listen to it, and I give constructive feedback, right?
I was just going to say,
I'm honest.
What do you say to them? What do you say to them, Jazz?
I'm honest. I'll, if I like the beat, if I like the production, if it doesn't sound cleaned up all the way, I'll let them know. Like, I'm honest because I'm not going to listen to music I don't like.
Yes.
And I'm certainly not going to play music I don't like on my show.
Yes, exactly.
We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. But I'm also willing to, you know what the other thing is too?
Go ahead. Talk your shit, girl.
We're in our 30s now.
Yes, we are.
We're 30s and thriving.
Yep. We love it here.
I feel like the musical generation has gotten younger, right?
Oh my gosh. The TikTok artists, that is what they don't know how to do a full song,
but also something that has retention and is gonna last, right? But also I've had to realize and kind of check myself too, is like, I am in my 30s now. Everything isn't for my ear, right? I'm not everybody's target audience anymore. So I do try to listen a little more objectively, right? Like, because some stuff just is not for me.
Yes.
At this big age that I'm at. Okay, this big sexy age.
Okay, it's amazing.
But I'm just saying, it's not for me. So I am objective, right? Because our role in the media is always to stay connected to the culture and what's relevant. So even if we don't like it, we still have to know it to know what the people are listening to, know what the people are talking about. So with that said, yes, you can send me your music, okay? Check my Instagram bio. My email is there. I will give you feedback. I will give you honest feedback. Keyword on honest, but constructive and always with love.
Yes, exactly. So who would be your, speaking of the media and the world that we live in right now, who would be your favorite person that you could interview right now?
Oh my gosh.
If you had the opportunity to interview anyone right now, who would you interview and why?
I'm going to pick two people, male and female.
Yep. Love that.
The male person that I would interview is Denzel Washington.
Why is that?
I just feel like every interview that I've watched with him, he has something to say that's worthwhile. And then you just hear about the way people in the community speak about him, right? So just to be able to sit with someone whose legacy is cemented, right? And just kind of pick his mind on those things, I think would be a really great opportunity. And that is going to happen. I am going to interview
We're manifesting
Denzel
it. That's why I'm asking the questions.
You heard it here first, ladies and gents.
On this show, it's manifestation.
It's coming to pass.
Yes,
and then Issa Rae would also be.
Issa Rae would be a good one. That is a good one.
Yeah, my female personality that I would love to just sit down and interview because she is a multi-hyphenate, right? She writes, she produces, she is a talent herself. So just being able to sit with her and pick her brain about how she was able to harness all of those things and be productive and build beautiful things from everything that she's done. I would love to sit down with her. Issa girl, okay?
Hit her up.
We'll see you soon.
Very soon.
So
very soon.
I would love those two people I look up to and I aspire to for sure.
Yep. So how do you balance your personal life with your work life? Personal life, of course, I got to know about love because you are a beautiful woman. So everyone knows on Everything Goes, our most famous question we have to ask about the relationship. Are you taken? Are you married to your career right now?
I am single.
Okay. Are you looking?
I'm
at our big age.
At our big
sexy age.
Big,
like you
sexy,
said,
big sexy intentional
okay
effort. Okay. God fearing.
Okay, she's hinting men. That's what she wants, the qualities.
You know what I'm saying?
These are the qualities.
You know, I'm not looking, right? Because Proverbs says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing, not she who seeks out a husband.
Cheers. Okay.
So with that being said, you know, I'm going to just keep doing me, right?
Yes,
and being fabulous, traveling, you know, working with awesome people like you, honing my craft.
Yes.
And I know that those right things are going to like come my way.
Yeah, I totally agree that the guy always has to come correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Come correct. Not sideways, halfways, all the way correct. Because if not, what's the point?
Exactly. So if you have the opportunity to move, because you know, like they always say Boston is not, it's terrible for media to get a job, to blow up. So what city would you move to if you could?
I think at this point, I would probably move to like DC.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I like
DC
DC a lot. I like DC.
So would you transition to politics or something?
You know, media? You might see me on CNN sometime.
Hey, yeah, I was just about to say, would you ever do that? Would you do that?
I would love to do political commentating.
Yes.
I would definitely need to dust off some of my history books and get my stuff right. But no, I could definitely see myself in DC. It's a chocolate city.
It is.
I love living around my people, but it is still a city.
Yes.
But I feel like I've seen a lot of families in that city too as well. So I think it has a little bit of everything as I'm like still hot, young, and single.
Yes,
but you know,
exactly.
I still like to have my downtime and do my things, you know. So I like DC
a lot. I can see you in DC, actually.
Yeah.
You would thrive.
Thank you.
You would thrive
I like
DC.
it. Every time I go there, I have a good time.
I still haven't been to DC. I need to go.
Oh, okay.
We need girl trip.
After this, we have a trip we have to plan.
We have a trip we have to plan. So, what would be the hardest thing that you have to say that you have to struggle with working in this field?
I think probably, to be honest, myself. I think sometimes I am my own biggest enemy.
We all have those days. Thank you for being honest about that. Like, we don't speak about that.
Yeah, I think like getting past myself sometimes, right? Like to even get back on the radio, I knew that was a big goal that I wanted to accomplish, and I did that. And so now it's about elevating that and taking it up another notch for me, you know, but it's hard, you know,
it is.
Like reprogramming your mind to think positive things, to speak to yourself in a loving and positive way, and also give yourself grace for the mistakes that you make, right? Exactly. And allow that room to grow. So I think just being patient with myself, kind of rooting out that perfectionist within me that's like, no, everything needs to be perfect before I start my radio show again, or this and this thing needs to be done.
So did you stop your radio show? So tell me your journey about that.
Okay, so Spark FM started during COVID, right, in 2020. So I initially started with Sundays Are for Soul with DJ Real P and Mez. Shout out to them.
Shout out to the guys.
That was like the one of the greatest ways to kick off that station. I think that show was so dope. But as things opened up, you know, they're the two hottest in demand in the city.
Yes,
you know?
it's true.
They're busy. So we just had to transition off for a while just to allow, you know, once everything came back. So we took a break from that, and then ultimately that just resulted in me not being on the radio for a while, right? And so I had some meetings with Hot Sauce just about, okay, it's time for me to get back. Like, I need to do this, right? Yeah. Even if I'm not doing it, like, right, with the full team or the people that I want to do, right? Getting past those things in my head that are like, you need to have a co-host. You need to have something, right? And so when the Pulse did first start, it was just me by myself.
Yeah, it was.
And that was new because I'd never not had co-hosts.
Yeah.
I'd always had someone's energy to feed off of and build. So that was new. It felt like
hard.
It's hard.
It's hard doing it by yourself.
You feel like you're talking to you are talking to yourself, right?
Yeah.
And for someone who talks a lot, people would think, oh, that should be easy for you. But
no, it's not,
you know,
actually.
You're conscious. You're self-conscious.
Yes. Tell
you know,
them.
so
speak on it. They
the
think
truth.
because we like to talk a lot that it's like, no.
It's easy for us to jump into this.
Easy.
It takes a little bit of, you know, pumping ourselves up too.
Exactly.
So those first, 4 months, Like, it was me in the studio getting used to doing, I mean, in a lot of shows, too, that's the other thing in radio. Every show is not like a morning show format, right? Sometimes you are in a studio producing by yourself. So I think it was a challenge for me, but I've learned that challenges are really just growing me and pushing me in new ways, even if I don't like them, even if I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this, right? But it's challenging me. So ultimately, I did that. I got back on the show, got the show branded, and then DJ Alcide, who I've worked with for like 8-9 years now. I used to host the Good Music Showcase for him. He came and guest DJ'd, right? And then he was just kind of stuck like glue after that. He was like, so can I come? I'm like, yeah, you're in here. You're with us, right? So, and then obviously Jamila, who's a good friend of mine, she's our production assistant. So she's the person making things happen behind the scenes for us. And sometimes she's on air too. So it was just a collaborative effort, but it was like a slow build, right? So it was me by myself. And then like different people in my community kind of just contributing to getting it to where it is now and even where it's going to be later this year. So
tell people how like important it is to build and use the community that you have. If someone is saying they want to help you, say okay.
Say okay.
Yes.
Coming from someone who doesn't like to ask for help.
Yeah.
Right? Because the worst thing someone can do is say no.
Yep.
And even if they say no, it could come with a resource or it could come with a redirect or a pivot, right?
Yes.
Like, I'm not stuck unless I stop. That's from Pastor Stephen Furtick, Elevation Church. But I'm not stuck unless I stop. So like you have to just keep pushing and going beyond the limits that you set for yourself and the ceilings that you set for yourself. So I think the CWTC radio show really set me up well because I got to meet DJs. I got to meet clothing designers. I got to meet promoters. I got to meet artists. So it really allowed me to expand my network to where I know so many people in the city now who are just involved, whether they're artistic, whether they're in music, no matter where they are. And so that's how I really developed those relationships. But never be afraid to ask for help.
Never.
Or for advice, right? And all it takes is a moment, you know what I'm saying, to give someone a piece of advice too. So never be afraid to ask, because the worst thing somebody can say is no. And also know that there's like, what do they say, like 101 ways to change a light bulb? Like,
exactly.
There's like multiple ways to get something done.
Critical thinking. We also use our critical thinking skills.
Yeah, and sometimes it just requires you to think outside the box a little bit. You might have to get your hands a bit more dirty than you intended to. Right, but it's good. You reap what you sow, and people use that in a negative way. But if you sow good seed, you're gonna get good things from it. So, and that is
what goes around comes around. That line is so true.
So when you sow good seed in the community, you're gonna get that support back. But it's also important to show love too to the people who show up for you. So I appreciate the community that I have been able to build, and everyone who has supported and contributed along my journey, who has spoken into me. Rob, Hot Sauce, like these are people who have mentored me and given me advice. DJ Alcide, DJ E Double, who's been my mentor. So these are people who have been pivotal in just helping me, even if it was a little word or a big word, set myself up and help redirect me to something better. So I'm just really appreciative of Boston, because while our media scene and our music scene is underrated, that doesn't mean that there's not anything here. We just have to be a bit more loud and more proud about it, because
and actually support each other.
Right.
Support each other. And it doesn't have to be a boys' field either.
No.
That's why I am trying to shine the light on more women personalities, more women in the media. Like, it's not just, oh damn, I just gotta be like an Instagram girl. No. There's other paths and roles in the entertainment industry if you want to be in the entertainment industry.
Yes. Like, there's so many now,
so
right? Like,
many.
You could be an entertainment lawyer. You could be a manager. You could be an A&R. Like, speaking at Harvard last year, I met Bailey Lawson. She's an A&R. You know what I'm saying? And she's our age. You know what I'm saying? So it is possible. There's a lot of lanes. You can be a producer. You don't have to be on camera to be involved in media. No. The most important things that make this stuff happen behind the camera.
Behind the camera.
So, we're just one part of what makes everything so great. It's a team. And so just kind of finding what your passion is and where you can plug that into and make that work for yourself, and be willing to ask questions, be willing to be uncomfortable. And network and go shake a hand and say, hi, my name is so-and-so. I follow you on Instagram.
Instagram.
You might not know me.
Oh
like,
my
that
gosh,
stuff is not easy.
People, oh my gosh. I hate when someone follows you on Instagram and you follow them. You go up to them, because I feel like we're both probably that personality. Be like, oh my gosh, hi. And they're just like... it's like we both follow each other. Why can't we say hi in real life? You know.
That's why I try to do like little pre-smile. Like,
let's lock eyes. Hey,
acknowledge.
Exactly.
Okay,
it's okay to do that, guys. You don't have to just like be weird and not say hi to someone that you follow on Instagram.
The art of networking is lost, but you know what I'm saying. Like, make yourself uncomfortable. Go meet people. It's even something I've had to remind myself of too. Like, okay, Jasmine, make sure you're connecting with different people and not just the same people that you know, right?
Exactly. So. And it shows that it's genuine, you know, because sometimes 100%. With like if you're just following someone on Instagram, it seems like, oh, they just care about like just being nosy or just whatever. But if you show the love in person, I'm telling you, it's a game changer, guys. It is a game changer. We met one time at the panel that we did together.
We did.
But then I was like, I'm following her. Okay, I'm liking her stuff. Nope, she's going to know.
We've been in touch a year later.
On Instagram.
Shout out to Rob.
Shout out to Rob for that. But that's how you keep the connection going, where it's like, I asked you, I was like, I want you on my show. And you actually felt comfortable.
Yes,
because it wasn't like, okay, we just met one time and that was it. No, I followed you on Instagram. I like your content.
And we have mutual friends too.
We do have mutual friends, which makes it easier. So if you do have mutual friends with someone and you admire their work, it's okay to show love publicly. Show love. It helps. It helps. And I'm going to keep promoting that all the time.
So we're a product of that.
We're a product of that. So where do you see your brand going? And what do you have coming up? Like give us a little tea.
So of course, elevating the pulse, right? Taking it, keeping the radio show aspect, but I definitely want to start doing some one-on-ones with these conversations that I'm having. So just kind of seeing like how I can break through that next ceiling, now that we're on air, like what else can we do like as a platform? Of course. And then for me, just building my brand, SimplyJazz is back.
That's what I was going to say.
You heard it here first.
What about your personal brand?
Yeah, my personal brand. I'm just trying to build for myself again and just make my presence known.
She's here. She's here. I love it. Yes.
Okay, we host, we moderate, we talk, we do
everything. She's open for business.
We're open. Yes. So just like working on branding myself. I want to get into some voiceover work this year
because I've got the voice for it.
Thank you. I've done some of that like behind the scenes and with work. So just kind of expanding on my talents as well and expanding the radio show as well. So it's going to be a multifaceted thing because I know as I continue to work and empower myself and get better at the things that I want to, like that's only going to elevate my platform to better heights and new things. So I'm super excited, and maybe I'll be on a red carpet somewhere soon.
I was just gonna say,
very soon. Media correspondent is always the end goal. Like that's always the end goal. So coming to a red carpet near you.
Yes.
You heard it here first.
She's open to work.
Okay, open to work.
Hit my girl up. So do you have your own personal site yet?
We're building my site right now, but if you click my bio on Instagram, I have I have an EPK there that kind of has just general information, but we're working on rebuilding all of those things now. So as of now, you can connect with me on my Instagram at SimplyJazz with 3 Z's. Yes, my name is Jasmine. It is spelled with 2 Z's. 2 Z's, no E. And then you can follow the radio show, of course, at The Pulse Countdown. Every week, we're on Wednesday, 7 to 9 p.m. On Spark FM online. So that's where you can find me. You can reach out to me. Don't be afraid to DM me. Shoot me an email if you want your music played on the station. We're always playing hometown artists on the station. So please reach out and keep an eye out because we have some dope guests lined up for the show as well. So
can't wait. I'm so
we might
excited.
have a guest hosting by Miss Cindy in the building.
I would be so nervous. I've never done radio, but I would come for you in a heartbeat.
Yes, you have to come guest host. It'll be fun. You might like it more than you think.
Oh my gosh, I trust you.
We might get another radio girl in the business.
I might have to hop on that. Before we wrap this up, can you give my peoples a little motivation, Jazz? You're so good with words. So good.
I would just say something I've just been carrying with me this week is just give yourself grace. give yourself grace. I think we are in this hustle culture, right, where you got to get to it at all times. Yes. And, you know, it doesn't leave a lot of room for growth, right, at your own pace.
Speak on it.
So just give yourself grace. Give people around you grace. Yes. Because we are living in some tumultuous times now. We are. And you need community, and you need people around you that are going to pour into you, right? So just make sure, you know, you have community, you have love, give yourself grace, give people grace around you, and that's what I have.
Yay. Thank you for having this amazing conversation with me.
Thank you for having me.
This was so much fun. I know. I never wanted to end. Cheers. Everything goes.